I'm joined on the show this afternoon by singer-songwriter Tristan Cole. Tristan, welcome back to 93.6 Global Radio.
Hey, thanks, man. It's good to be here.
The last time we chatted was when you brought out your single With the Devil, which I'm still absolutely loving. But how long ago would that have been?
I appreciate it, man. I think it's been about a year, to be honest, since that single released.
Okay, well, a lot happens in a year. What have you been doing with your time?
Yeah, well, I used to go by a different stage name, and so I did a bunch of rebranding, and we've been working on some really great new material. I just felt like I needed some time to really hone in on the direction that I wanted to go and the sound that I wanted to have, and just really cultivate something new and special for the fans. And I think that we've been able to do that and achieve that with the new single Do or Die, which I just released a couple weeks ago.
Before we talk about the music, I know that you also do modeling and you're an actor as well. Whereabouts are you based at the moment?
Well, I'm kind of all over the place, but between Salt Lake City, Utah and Los Angeles, California, I've been going back and forth just working on different projects, and it's been really fun, being able to act, model, sing, dance. I'm just really grateful and thankful for all the opportunities that I'm being able to have, and being able to hopefully inspire and motivate other people. I think that's what my biggest focus is just being a positive role model for other people through my musical passions.
Well, the new song which you mentioned, Do or Die, on a first listen, it's quite a deep song, but it's also very uplifting, isn't it? Now, did you write this yourself?
Yes, I did actually. I collaborated with a producer by the name of Sean Thatcher. He created the beat for the song, and I normally try to listen to how when we're vibing out in the studio, we'll just try and figure out like what direction we want to go. How does this melody or this beat make me feel and things like that. And it just so happened that just this time in my life, I'm really paying attention more to the media and things that are happening out in the world. And there's a lot of things that aren't being discussed. There's a lot of subject matters that really need to be fixed, and I'm just really sad actually with the things that are happening in the world. So I decided to write a song and let out my emotions and hopefully make people more aware, just to make the world a better place.
The message in the song is clear enough, but then you add the video to that and it becomes quite a potent mix, doesn't it? It's very powerful.
Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, that was the goal. So I'm really happy the way it turned out.
The video itself, whose idea was that?
That was mine, actually. I think that anybody in music these days somehow traces some part of their inspiration to Michael Jackson. And I love not only the musicality, but the visuals that Michael Jackson brought to the table. I mean, if you remember, I think it was the very end of his Black or White music video where he kind of comes in as a panther and then comes back to human form, and he gets on this vehicle and just starts smashing the crap out of it. I felt like it was very impactful. I think some viewers might have been confused as to what was going on or why he was doing it, but you could just see the surge of emotion and energy that was flowing through him when he did that. And so I kind of used that as an inspirational platform in regards to some of the visuals we used for this Do or Die. I felt it was very applicable. Not to encourage violence, but to just say, we need to stop this and just with brutal force, stop these bad things from happening. And so I was just really wanting to show my frustration with letting out this anger that I have built up towards, the racism, the bigotry, the hate crimes that I've seen, people around the world, experiencing, and on different levels, whether it's the people doing these things that shouldn't be doing them, or the people who are on the other side of the coin who are, the victims to these things, and how they don't have a proper mouthpiece to be able to get the exposure that they need so that people really understand and see their stories.
Tristan, one of the things that really struck me in the video, as you watch it from start to finish, of course it begins and you've got all these news clips of some of the atrocities that are going on in the world at the moment that you've mentioned. But then you appear and there's an arc through the video where it keeps coming back to you. And the first time we see you, you've got a baseball bat and you've got a tin of spray paint. That really straight away makes me interested because, I know you, we chat, and you're not the kind of person I ever imagined would have a sledgehammer or whatever it was. And then you get to this car and you're vandalizing this car. I'm like, Tristan's not a vandal. He'd never do this. And then I kind of see what you're writing and what you've just mentioned about the Michael Jackson influence. It all comes together. But was it fun actually smashing up the car?
I've got to tell you, it was actually really fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was cool. It was a neat experience. I mean, funny thing is when we were shooting the video, we had gotten location permission and the permits needed to be able to get everything done. We purchased the vehicle specifically for the music video, but I guess the production crew was not able to pass the word around as much as we thought was going to, and so I think some of the neighboring companies and just buildings that were around us, some of them didn't know exactly what was going on. They weren't properly informed, and we actually had the cops approach us on set, because someone had reported. And I don't even know why they said this, because it wasn't a Lexus that we were smashing, which would have actually probably even made more heads turn if we had been doing that. But yeah, someone had reported that people were vandalizing and smashing a Lexus vehicle. So they had to come by and check it out. And I mean, everything was cool. They were really cool about it. Nothing bad happened. Everything turned out to be very successful with shooting the music video. But it was crazy how that experience happened. It'll be definitely one that I remember for a long time.
What a great story. Tristan Cole almost arrested. You should have asked him to be in your music video.
Yeah, no kidding. That would have been cool.
So the song is out now, the video's out now as well. We'll post some links to it on here as well. Tristan, you must be absolutely delighted with the new project. What's in the pipeline for you after this?
Well, we're definitely, my team and I are working on a few different things. I'm constantly in the studio right now working on new material. After hibernating for about a year and just focusing on rebranding, it's really time to crank out new material and just to let people know that I'm still alive and well. And, there's also a possible tour that my team is formulating along with me making an appearance at New York Fashion Week.
Fabulous. Tristan Cole, thank you so much for joining me. It's been great to catch up again.
Of course, man. Thanks so much.
And it's time to give the song a play. The European Airplay premiere of the brand new song from Tristan Cole. This is called Do or Die at 93.6 Global Radio.
I made mistakes, I know it. I know I'm not a perfect person.
Across the Costa del Sol.
Dave James.
93.6 Global Radio.